To anyone who's thinking about entering this year's Tim Winton Award, my advice is to just do it and give it a crack. You've got nothing to lose and it'll be a really fun experience either way. The first thing that I have a real clear memory of writing that wasn't like for school or because I had to was a family newspaper. But the first sort of like somewhat substantial fiction thing I wrote was when I was a teenager, reading a lot of fantasy books, and I wrote an 80,000 word fantasy epic. Then my dad reformatted the computer and erased the whole thing.
What inspired you to enter the Tim Winton Awards?
I think it was actually my parents. I was definitely sort of writing for fun, and I always liked English at school, and mum or dad mentioned it to me, and I thought, yeah, why not?
Are there any words of inspiration you might have for young writers?
Probably just that there's no one way to do things. I used to get intimidated when I would read other writers saying, you've got to write every day, you have to stick to a word limit, you really need to plot books carefully in advance, all those things. I just think there's no one way of doing it. I write sort of, all over the place, and I write really unpredictably, and that works for me. So just do whatever works for you, and don't just try and tune out everyone else, really.
What was your writing journey after the awards?
I did study English at uni, and I did creative writing honours. Then I sort of fell into journalism, first magazines, then print journalism back here in Perth. So now I work at The West and the Sunday Times as social affairs editor. But I've always been writing in the background. I feel like I always like to have some kind of fiction on the go, just as a break from, interviewing people and writing factual stories. And then as of this year, I have my first book out, which happened when I entered another competition a couple of years ago. And so that's very exciting.
We've got something for you.
Woohoo!
We have a copy of your...
Oh, God. Excellent. Oh, that's so exciting. I haven't read it in a long time, and I am frightened to do so. Awesome.